lobbies, and gentle grams. Almost a year after that lullaby love song lawsuit, the so-called losing lunatic just got smacked with another hit. This time, the lyrical sniper Kendrick, teamed with Metro and Future, is rumored to be linking up with another ATL giant for what's being called the diabolical Drizzly defamation. Drake Detonator and Georgia's own Dracula are about to drop a wild gem tonight. We're talking the Opium King Playboi Carti clashing with Kendrick Lamar. Two worlds that could not be more different, colliding in the craziest way. The streets are buzzing, because when have you ever seen such opposites collide like this? And here's the twist. Playboi Carti has been quietly pulling more influence from Kendrick than anyone thought. There's a hidden connection there, and we'll dig into that later. But think about it. After Kendrick vanished for 7 years between Damn and Mr. Morale, while the rest of hip-hop flooded us with copy-paste tracks, Carti was the only one to go ghost just as long. It's been over 4 years since his last drop back in December 2020. Tonight, while you might have been masked back then, now you're about to be lit up by Kendrick's pen. With the 1-year anniversary of Like That creeping up, we're breaking down everything to expect from Carti's new album and the spicy details Big Mac Akademiks just spilled. First, let's stick with Kendrick for a moment because he's got the chance to make history tonight. This could be one of the biggest moments of 2025, almost as legendary as when Future kicked off the beef wave around this time last year. While recording this, things are heating up. Before we dive into Kendrick's moves and what Carti's planning, Drake is stirring the pot too. He just posted a series of pics on Instagram with captions like "sexier," "solid as a rock," and "still on my ones." Fans think those are titles for new tracks he's dropping tonight. He even liked to post hinting at new music. Classic Drake. Every time Kendrick takes the spotlight, he swoops in. Kendrick does the Super Bowl, Drake drops an album with PARTYNEXTDOOR. Kendrick releases GNX, Drake hits back with a lawsuit the same week. Now, as Kendrick lines up this insane collab with Carti, Drake's back trying to grab some shine. That's cool though. It only means more chaos and more stomps on the OVO camp. And the best part? Hot New Hip Hop just confirmed Kendrick is allegedly featured on Carti's I Am Music album, and he's firing shots. This could be the very first time Kendrick Lamar and Playboi Carti team up, and it's huge. Carti's I Am Music is rumored to also feature names like Lil Uzi Vert, making this lineup insane. Carti has worked with Drake before, which had fans thinking he was riding with the Sixth God in his feud against Kendrick. But then Carti popped up on Future and Metro Boomin's We Don't Trust You, the same project stacked with artists like The Weeknd, Rick Ross, A$AP Rocky, and maybe even Travis Scott, most of whom ended up clashing with Drake. Fans started suspecting Carti might be playing both sides. Their ties actually run deeper. There are connections between Carti and Kendrick going back nearly a decade. Adding more fuel, there was drama when Drake leaked No Face with Carti's vocals. But when the track hit streaming, his vocals were gone. That move raised eyebrows and hinted at tension. Now, OVO has another reason to be on edge, because according to Akademiks, Kendrick is not only on Carti's new album, but he's allegedly talking crap again. This marks the first ever collab between Kendrick and Playboi Carti, and no one knows what this mix is gonna sound like. Two completely different worlds colliding? It's wild to imagine. Kendrick has worked magic with trap artists before. Remember him and Kodak trading bars on Mr. Morale? Or his flawless chemistry with Future? Even Travis Scott and Rich the Kid have shared killer tracks with him. Kendrick is no stranger to Atlanta trap, and history proves it. Just last March, we got Like That with Future. This March, he's linking with Carti, and back in March 2017, he dropped New Freezer with ATL's Rich the Kid. Every time he steps into that lane, it's a moment. Some OVO fans call this hypocritical, saying Kendrick criticized Drake for running to Atlanta to make a quick buck. But there's a huge difference. Kendrick's point was clear. Drake only adopted the Atlanta vibe after leaning on collabs to boost his image. There was no knife talk, no Metro Boomin beats, no slime lingo, no street energy, no live from the gutter until Drake tapped into Atlanta's scene. As Kendrick said, "Thug made you feel like you're a slime in your head." Drake ran with Lil Baby's lingo, called Future for club bangers, and leaned on 21 Savage for that street cred. Drake's collabs with Atlanta artists worked because he soaked up their style, their culture, and blended it into his own, sometimes too much. Kendrick, on the other hand, never switches up who he is. When he links with ATL artists, his sound stays true. He's not out here faking Future's persona or throwing around knife talks and slime you out lingo. Take Like That with Future. It sparked this whole beef and pushed Kendrick to drop the most West Coast-sounding music of his career with Not Like Us and GNX. He didn't borrow Atlanta's vibe to reinvent himself. He used that moment to represent his own roots louder than ever. Meanwhile, Drake's collabs with ATL artists often feel like him meshing Toronto's sound with trap to stay relevant. You don't hear Young Thug in Smiley tracks, or Majid Jordan linking with Future. It's just not the same. Kendrick crafts moments that feel raw and real, even when stepping into another city's sound. Now, as we dive into Carti's I Am Music, it's clear he holds the youth in a chokehold. This guy runs the new generation. When I first heard Whole Lotta Red, I felt old, only liked a couple tracks. But the underground? They worship it. Artists like Ken Carson, Yate, and Destroy Lonely all built their sound off that project. Even one of the biggest hip-hop hits of the decade carries its influence. Fiend by Travis Scott and Playboi Carti was pure rage energy, dripping with Carti's signature sound. After a 5-year hiatus, Carti has built up insane hype. Fans are convinced I Am Music could be one of the biggest albums of the decade. Akademiks even revealed that 150,000 copies have already been shipped just from pre-orders on Carti's site before release. That's wild. With this kind of anticipation, Carti holds the power to steer the next wave of hip-hop in any direction he chooses. Personally, I'm hoping he doesn't go full abstract rage with endless yelling and chaos on the beats. I want to hear innovation, catchy hooks, smart melodies, something fresh that still bangs. Because whatever sound Carti picks on this album is the lane the next generation will ride in. He even played the entire album for Akademiks, who dropped hints about what's coming. Will it be pure rage for the hardcore Carti fans, or something bigger, crafted for a global audience? Either way, it's about to shake things up. Now circling back to Kendrick. It's crazy to think about how Like That with Future and Metro was teased for months. Metro and Future played the sample at Rolling Loud, at clubs everywhere, but no one knew Kendrick was going to jump on it until it hit. The last collab, Like That, shocked everyone because no one knew Kendrick was on it until release. This time, it's flipped. We know Kendrick's on Carti's track, but we have zero clue what it sounds like. No leaks, no snippets, nothing. Akademiks claims Kendrick is talking that crap again, so expect bars that sting. Kendrick is clearly on his victory lap, and anyone saying the beef is over is tripping. This feels like round 2 is in motion. After dominating last year, there's no way he's slowing down now. Here's what's lined up. Kendrick is heading on tour, dropping a movie this summer, and rumored to be executive producing multiple albums. Plus, he's allegedly featured on the new Clips project with Pusha T and No Malice, and insiders say that track is already insane. From what his circle keeps saying, the best is yet to come. Kendrick isn't done at all. He's stacking moves and looks ready to go on a massive feature run, something we've never seen from him before. Unlike J. Cole, who had a legendary run from 2018 to 2023 leading up to First Person Shooter, Kendrick hasn't had that type of feature streak. Yet. This could be the start of something historic. J. Cole had one of the craziest feature runs ever. Every track he touched, he owned. Remember his verse on Lil Yachty's 23 track? Or Johnny P's Caddy with Benny the Butcher? Then there was A Lot with 21 Savage, which even earned him his first Grammy. Cole was unstoppable, dropping lyrical showdowns and chart-topping collabs left and right. Drake had his own legendary streak too, the infamous Drake stimulus package in the early 2010s. If he hopped on your song, it was an instant hit. Think No Lie with 2 Chainz, Stay Schemin' with Rick Ross, Amen with Meek Mill, I'm on One with DJ Khaled, She Will with Lil Wayne, Moment for Life with Nicki, even Pop That with French Montana. Later, he kept the fire going with Blockboy JB, Lil Baby, Travis Scott. The list is endless. Lil Wayne ruled features from 2006 to 2010, and Future flooded the game with hook after hook that went diamond. These runs defined eras. Kendrick, on the other hand, has delivered legendary features, each one powerful, but he's never had that one era where he's dropping a new feature every month, owning charts and crushing every guest verse like it's his own track. That might be changing now. During this victory lap, Kendrick's already given fans diss tracks, Grammy sweeps, #1 albums, and iconic performances like the Super Bowl and the Pop-Out show. All signs point to him gearing up for a historic feature run that could redefine his legacy. The only thing missing from Kendrick's run right now, besides Like That, is another monstrous feature. The timing couldn't be better. He just popped up on SZA's 30 for 30. Now he's about to drop one with Playboi Carti, and soon we're getting that Pusha T and No Malice joint, which is bound to be lyrical warfare. If there was ever a moment for Kendrick to dominate features, this is it, especially if no new album drops soon. If the Carti collab blows up the way fans expect and hits #1, Kendrick could make hip-hop history. He'd become the first rapper to land 5 #1 hits in just 12 months, since Like That hasn't even hit its 1-year mark yet. That's insane. Right now, Kendrick already holds the record with 4 #1s in a calendar year. Like That, Not Like Us, Squabble Up, and Luther. Drake matched that back in 2018 with 4 #1s of his own, but Kendrick's on the verge of breaking past him. This is the perfect storm. Kendrick is stacking moments, lining up features, and setting himself up to rewrite the record books. If this song with Carti delivers, we're watching history happen in real time. Drake had God's Plan, Nice for What, In My Feelings, and Sicko Mode. But he wasn't officially credited on Sicko Mode, so it didn't count as his #1. Technically, when it comes to credited songs, Kendrick stands alone as the only rapper with 4 #1s in a single year. Drake had 4 hits in 12 months, but only Kendrick holds that record clean. Now, if this Playboi Carti x Kendrick track hits #1, that's 5 #1s in under a year. Something no rapper has ever done. That would be historic. What makes Kendrick's features special is how authentic he stays. On Like That, he blended the trap vibe, heavy 808s, melodic hooks, with razor-sharp bars. Trap features often feel repetitive with the same voices, Thug, Lil Baby, Gunna, Future, but Kendrick cuts through that monotony. He's a pattern breaker, coming in with raw energy and shifting the entire vibe. Carti's recent production is dark, eerie, and experimental, the perfect playground for Kendrick to go off and try something crazy. This collab could sound like nothing we've heard before. And let's not forget, it's the 10-year anniversary of To Pimp a Butterfly. What better way to celebrate that legacy than by hopping on a Playboi Carti record and proving once again that Kendrick Lamar's versatility is untouchable? Kendrick went from the jazzy, socially charged storytelling of To Pimp a Butterfly to now, 10 years later, allegedly talking that crap over Playboi Carti's rage-fueled beats, according to Akademiks. That's a complete 180, and it shows just how fearless and versatile he is. Now let's break down what to expect from Carti's I Am music, and the heat Drake might drop tonight to compete with this moment. Akademiks claims Carti personally called him up last night and played the full album. His verdict? Over 20 tracks packed with insane features and potentially the album of the year. This isn't just another rage-heavy, chaotic project like Carti's recent work. Akademiks says Carti's stepping up big time, trying to create a moment. This is his Astroworld, his Carter 3, his My Turn, his DS2. Albums that marked the peak for those artists and took them global. For older heads who struggled with Carti's wild experimental sound, this might be the perfect balance. The project reportedly blends his signature darkness with more accessible, powerful tracks. And with Kendrick on board, the stakes are sky high. If this album really delivers like Akademiks is hyping it, we could be witnessing Carti at the absolute peak of his career, while Kendrick uses this moment to unleash something completely unexpected. The title I Am music actually traces back to Lil Wayne. Wayne has I Am music tatted on his forehead, and it was the name of his 2009 tour, followed by the I'm Still Music tour in 2011. Carti clearly borrowed from that legacy. He even posted a video of Wayne performing Sky's the Limit on his story today, so the influence is real. Carti doesn't usually sound like a Wayne clone the way Thug, Lil Baby, or Future sometimes do. But this project seems to draw heavy inspiration from Prime Wheezy. If that's the case, we might get some timeless vibes mixed into his signature dark sound. Akademiks says this album isn't just rage music, it's bigger. These tracks are anthems, crafted to reach a global audience. He even claimed, "If you're a true Carti fan and this album doesn't please you, you're basically an undercover hater." That's how confident he is in the project. The connections between Carti and Kendrick also run deep. Way back in January 2012, before Good Kid, Made City, Carti tweeted about Kendrick saying he had just copped that Kendrick Lamar, likely referring to Section 80. Over a decade later, these two finally link up on a track, and based on what Akademiks heard, Kendrick is most definitely talking on this one. Buckle up, it's about to be crazy. Kendrick's talking that talk again. No leaks, no previews, just pure mystery. The ties between Carti and Kendrick go back further than people think. During the Cash Carti era, Carti was chilling with Hida J3, a close associate of Kendrick. Kendrick grew up with Hida J3's brother, and years later, J3 delivered one of the hardest verses on GNX. Photos of Carti and J3 from around 2014 prove this connection runs deep. Now let's talk features. This album is stacked. Like every major ATL project, you've got the usual heavy hitters: Young Thug, Travis Scott, and Future. That's just the rule. If you're an ATL native, those names pop up on your project. Look at Lil Baby, Gunna, Savage, or Future's own albums. They all share that tight-knit feature circle, keeping Atlanta's sound united. We've already heard the Future collab leak floating around, and it's heat. But here's where it gets wild. Rumor has it the reason Carti finally decided to drop this album is because when vinyl production started, people were literally trying to break into the factory to steal copies. Security had to be beefed up just to protect the music. Carti told Akademiks that if he didn't drop the album now, it would have leaked by next week. That's how crazy the demand is. As for features, this lineup is stacked and full of surprises, starting with the expected names. Aside from Future, Travis Scott, and Young Thug, A$AP Rocky is confirmed. Akademiks claims Rocky is allegedly dissing A$AP Relly, his former friend who accused him of a firearm incident that went to trial before Rocky was cleared. This will be Rocky's first verse since that drama. Fans are watching closely. The Weeknd is also back on the project, no shock there. He and Carti have been killing it with hits like Timeless and Popular, so another collab is guaranteed to be big. Then it gets wild. There's a leaked Juice WRLD x Carti track that might make the cut, and Akademiks says one song uses a Luther Vandross sample, the same one Kanye flipped for Slow Jams. There's even talk a massive artist, possibly Kanye, was on it, but clearance is still a mystery. Even crazier, there's reportedly a track with an old hook from XXXTentacion, recorded before his passing. And for the OG fans, Lil Uzi Vert is on the album twice. Akademiks says Uzi even has his own interlude, bringing back that 2016 purple hair energy the fans have been missing. This lineup is shaping up to be legendary. Carti and Uzi are finally linking up again, their first collab since 2018. This track was recorded during Uzi's Pink Tape era, which many felt was shaky, but Akademiks claims Uzi's verse here is fire. Fans of their chemistry are in for a treat. The Young Thug feature is another twist. It's reportedly an R&B-style track, way more global and left field than the rage-heavy sound Carti pushed in 2024. This shift shows Carti's aiming for something bigger than just the underground vibe. The wildest surprise? Justin Bieber is on the album. Carti even posted a FaceTime with him recently, and Akademiks confirmed the collab. This mix of worlds is gonna be nuts. Akademiks also teased that one feature will stop the show and dominate the timeline. All signs point to Kendrick Lamar bringing unmatched energy on his verse. Whatever he says is bound to shake things up. Here's the confirmed and rumored lineup. A$AP Rocky, Kanye West, pending clearance. Lil Uzi Vert on 2 tracks, including an interlude. Young Thug on an R&B joint. Kendrick Lamar spitting heat. Travis Scott, Future on a leaked record. Justin Bieber, XXXTentacion delivering a hook. The Weeknd, and possibly a Juice WRLD collab. With a lineup this stacked, Carti isn't just dropping an album, he's dropping a cultural moment. And if Lil Wayne sneaks in as a feature, that would seal it as legendary. Carti really switched it up with this feature list. Justin Bieber, XXXTentacion, The Weeknd, Rocky, even rumors Rihanna might pop up. What's wild is how Akademiks sounds almost nervous about the chaos this album will unleash. He keeps stressing there's one feature that's gonna blow up the timelines, and we all know that's Kendrick Lamar. Whatever Kendrick spits here is guaranteed to set the internet on fire. Even if Kendrick doesn't address every controversy, Drake, Andrew Schultz, Lil Wayne after the Super Bowl drama, or Snoop Dogg post-GNX, his presence alone will spark reactions. This is Kendrick and Carti, two completely different worlds colliding. The sound itself is bound to be insane. Meanwhile, Drake looks like he's gearing up for war in his own way. He's been teasing drops with 7 cryptic Instagram posts. Remember when he said trigger fingers turn to Twitter fingers? Now he's fully embraced the social media game, using IG captions like weapons. The photos are strange. One shows him in a hockey mask and a Canada jersey, with the caption "Still on my ones," all stylized with $signs, $3 to be exact. The titles look like song names, and fans are already dissecting every post. Whatever Drake is cooking, he's clearly not backing down. Drake's captions keep getting weirder. Still on my ones, solid as a rock, and a silly rabbit, then one photo with no caption, followed by Sway at Sixer and Bob Jackals. Are these track titles? Is he about to drop a surprise 6-pack of songs? Fans are buzzing. It would be a strategic move. Try to snatch some of the spotlight away from Kendrick and Carti's big night. Drake's done this before, dropping right when his rivals are making noise. Whether these are singles, an EP, or just trolling, it's clear he's plotting something. We're now less than 2 hours away from everything going down. Carti's IM music is loaded with insane features. Kendrick's verse is expected to cause mayhem, and the hype around this album has been building for over 4 years. The anticipation is through the roof. This moment also lands perfectly with the 1-year anniversary of Kendrick's legendary Like That collab with Future. Now he's leveling up again. Another Atlanta link-up, this time with Playboi Carti, and it's set to be even crazier. No matter what Drake pulls, tonight is shaping up to be historic. 2 heavyweights, 2 massive drops. Hip-hop's about to witness something wild.